AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What does the month of February have in store for us when it comes to weather? Here's our Agri-weather outlook.
While we're in the cold depths of winter, I thought I'd share something a little optimistic with you. February is a big month for gaining daylight, not only here in the northern plains, but across the entire country. Near 40 minutes in Texas, 50 minutes from Oklahoma toward about the Kansas area, Nebraska about 60 minutes, 70 minutes as you go through South Dakota, southern Minnesota, northern parts of Iowa, and up to 80 minutes across North Dakota and northern Minnesota. That's a big turnaround in your daylight from the start of the month to the end of the month in a very short month, the shortest month, of course. Even though we're working on gaining daylight, we still have some cold and winter to go through. Not quite to those long days and not quite to planting season, of course, just yet. But as we go throughout the rest of the month here, this is what I want you to watch out for. Next week features very cold air, brutal cold, dangerous cold. For areas further up to the north, you're looking at near zero or even sub-zero high temperatures. To the south, single digits or teens for your highs. And then, of course, your overnight lows are dropping down below zero night after night after night. Factor in any wind and it'll feel even colder, with cold weather advisories likely in place throughout next week. Later, to end the month, as we get through about President's Day and beyond, we start to watch out for our temperatures to moderate a little bit. I don't expect a grand warm-up, but closer to average or just slightly below average. And periodic snows do look to continue, which is going to help us a little bit in our snow drought. Will it erase drought conditions? Probably not. It's not big moisture-making snow. And of course, the majority of our moisture throughout the year comes from summertime thunderstorms. So we're not expecting big moisture. But periodic snows will help to at least boost us in the snow drought department. Here's what I'm looking at for your upper level flow. So basically that means the jet stream. Jet's going to drop to the south as we go throughout the next week, which, as you know, allows all of that colder Canadian air to come right down to us. Watch what happens throughout the week. Notice these deeper, darker purples, pinks seep all the way down through South Dakota, southern Minnesota, even getting close to portions of Nebraska by about the early to middle parts of the coming week. Look at that pink all the way down into Nebraska. That will bring in that Arctic high pressure, that Arctic air, and shove any mild air further off to the east and to the southeast. Even places like Florida won't be all that warm, by their standards, of course, as we go throughout the next week. Cold air really holds tight and it continues through about the entire week. So that obviously plays through when we look at these climate prediction maps, how far below zero, how far below average we're looking over the next couple of weeks. This outlook here as we go through about Valentine's Day, well below average temperatures as we just went through your highs near zero or even sub-zero to the north, single digits, maybe teens as you travel further to the south. As the jet drops down to the south, that does allow for some activity on either coast, and that's where we'll watch out for more of the active wetter patterns. Closer to average as we do go throughout the rest of February there, but the periodic snows look to continue.